Hi, I'm Nick John. I was asked to give a brief background introduction of myself. So here goes. Um, I have a computer science degree. I graduated in 2003 from Purdue. So I have a technical background. Following graduation, I started at Epic. So I worked at Epic for 11 years on the interface team. And while I was there, I ended up in charge of the interface implementation segment. So I was responsible for making sure that all of Epic's interface installs were successful. So as part of those responsibilities, I formed a team to monitor outcomes and keep track of all the projects that were going on. And then that team would get involved if things were going awry. And ultimately, if they couldn't fix them, they would escalate to me. So ultimately, I would end up doing a fair amount of crisis management and guiding those groups. But it was a really good experience, and it was nice to have that level of visibility into all the projects that were going on at Epic. In 2014, I moved to Portland, Oregon. I call it home. I love it here. And shortly thereafter, I started at a company called BrightMD. They're a small startup company in the healthcare space, and I was the director of customer success while I was there. So that was an interesting project. I did a lot of project management and coordination, worked with the sales end of things, but also on the implementation execution components as well. I did a lot of product design too, and one of the things we needed to tackle was integration needs. Despite the fact that I had the background in interfacing, the development team didn't, and so we did choose to outsource our integration components with Redox. So we brought in Redox, and I got to sit on that side of the table working through those discussions and understanding how to integrate our tool with Redox and then Redox to the customers that BrightMD had. So that was an interesting experience. And then on June 2nd, I started at Redox. So it's been great so far. When I first came in, I had a sense of what Redox was doing, of course, but I thought of it kind of as just a glorified interface engine. So that's cool. There's a need in the healthcare space. But last week we were having Team Week, and so I was sitting there listening, and everyone was sharing their what True North means to them. And what I found fascinating was, as I think it was Nico was speaking, he was talking about where we are, but also where we're going or where we could be going. And I caught myself with these uncontrollable grins. I was just so happy. You see my cat there. I was so happy, and that was a shift for me. It was me realizing that this isn't just a company that's filling a business need. There's a vision for how we can improve healthcare as an industry. So we're enabling innovation of these software vendors that are struggling. As you probably know, integration is one of the biggest challenges. It's a giant obstacle for innovation in this space. And so I'm so excited to be a part of making that better. So anyway, that's me.